gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bev podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only DTF Cleat. And we also got the one and only Corgy on this episode. Mr. Byer is currently back at the casino yet again. Hopefully we can find him. He's supposed to be on this show today, but hopefully he's not lost.
He said he would call in at some point. Hopefully we see him. Hopefully he's hammered. It's Wednesday night. We have another great slate of NFL games to go over tonight with our picks. But before we do that, we have to go over last week's picks. Great weekend for some, not so great for the others. Myself only going one of two again. Corgi ended up going
3 for 3.
nice job. We had Mr. Ladd, who only went one of two as well. And then Mr. Park.
3 for 3. I told you guys I'm going 3 for 3 this week. I went 0 for 3 last week. I had to go for 3 for 3, so we're gonna go for a 3 for 3 again, if not 2 for 3.
So the current standings are Brandon and Corey are tied with 3 wins and 3 losses. And myself and Jason are both tied with 2 wins and 4 losses. So it's really close.
It's a close race.
Yeah.
But we got a long season.
Yeah.
We still have 15 more weeks.
Oh yeah, and I'm
Oh.
ready for all 15 of them.
Yeah.
They can take their time though. They can take their time. I miss when football's not on.
Yep. So, Brandon, why don't we jump right into this week's games?
All right. First game we have is Brett Favre versus the state of Mississippi.
Okay, he's got Parkinson's. That's not very funny.
What'd you say, Uncle Joe?
All right, just kidding. We got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants, so I wasn't too far off. The Cowboys coming in as pretty heavy favorites, with money line of -258 and spread of -6 and over under 45. Boys, how are we feeling about this one? We got Thursday Night Football on Amazon, America's Team, and Malik Neighbors.
So, the Giants had a really good game last week. I think they're one of the better teams of the league right now. They're going to come out strong against these Cowboys and probably throw up a goose egg.
I think you watched Hard Knocks too much.
You've been
I
drinking
love I love the memes right now. The memes are like the GM's son's a better GM than his dad. He's like Jaden Daniels is the pick.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
his son is true. But, I mean, I don't think many people can argue that Malik Neighbors was a bad pick or anything like that.
No, no.
I mean, he's shown that he's a generational talent. Like, he's going to be one of the top receivers. At the end of the year, he's going to be a top 10 receiver as
Yeah.
long as everything goes well.
The thing that I don't like about drafting Jaden Daniels in their situation is you wouldn't have Malik Neighbors. So what talent would they really have to surround him with?
Yeah, it's going to be the same situation. They didn't have any receivers. I mean,
Mhm.
if you're saying Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson are your best receivers, you got a problem.
Yeah, at least with the Commanders, Jaden Daniels has some people around him. Like Scary Terry is still a threat. I mean, he looked great this weekend. And Eckler he now has an injury this week, but Eckler is still there. I mean, he was a top 3 running back in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
And
Brian Robinson's not a scrub either. He's solid. I
yeah,
mean, man can take a bullet, literally.
many men.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other receiver. I know we literally just watched this game too. Trying to think of what other receivers they have. Zach Ertz, who I mean is at the later half of his career, but is still pretty solid.
Do they still have Lane Thomas?
Who?
Their tight end. Logan Thomas?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say Lane Thomas plays for the Cleveland Guardians.
Logan Thomas.
Just had
No, I don't think he's on their team anymore.
Okay.
But they have Noah Brown, who got cut by the Texans, surprisingly, and then Luke McCaffrey, who ended up having a pretty solid game last week as well. Looks
He's
like,
a rookie, right?
yeah, he's a rookie. And then Jamison Crowder is on the roster too, even though he's old. But overall, Commanders have a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, back to the point is the Commanders had a solid team to at least start a rebuild with Jaden Daniels in it and him not just get thrown to the Wolves day one like we're seeing with a Bo Nix.
But Bo Nix looks all right.
Yeah, but and he has a top offensive line too.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly a good offensive line. I have yet to watch a Broncos game, so
I was very impressed with their performance last week against the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks were kind of banged up, but overall the Broncos came out and they fought hard. And Bo Nix looks like he might be the real deal.
yeah. I mean, he might not be a scrub. I definitely will give him a year or two to see if we see any improvement. If I see improvement, then that's all that matters. Still got to
Yeah.
get a throwing touchdown though.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to this Thursday night matchup. Boys, what do we like in this game between the Cowboys
Cowboys,
and Rams?
Cowboys spread.
Corgi, what are you feeling?
I like the Cowboy spread plus the Scottish Hammer plus 5 punts.
5 punts. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you guys. I like the Cowboys spread, especially for the value at -6. Um, I don't think this is going to be a relatively close game, but the Cowboys have shown to be chokers. Um, if Brian Dable is smart, he's going to run the ball a lot in this game because the Cowboys' rush defense has been atrocious this year. Something that the Browns couldn't figure out week one. But I definitely like Malik Neighbors as well in this game. Just the Cowboys absolutely own the Giants. I feel like the -6 spread is just a absolutely like no brainer at all.
The one thing you do need to watch too is it is prime time. It might be an under game.
Yep, Thursday.
Yeah, because I think the Cowboys are going to score so much in the beginning that it's going to stay consistent. This,
They're going to take their
yeah,
starters out fourth quarter, hopefully.
yeah, you're going to see some Cooper Rush action. Maybe raise up his trade value, trade him to Miami. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement that the Cowboys -6 is the move.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and move into the Sunday slate. Starting off with the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Steelers on the road are the favorites with a 1.5 point spread and over under 40. I This game's tricky in my opinion because I mean the way the Steelers have been playing lately, I want to lean towards them, but it's very hard for me to bet for the Steelers as a Browns fan. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling the under on this game. I don't think this is going to be a super high scoring game. If I have to bet a prop at all, though, I'm 100% betting on a Anthony Richardson interception.
That's fair. When in doubt, Chris Boswell, he's gonna get you field goals. So I would just hammer the over in field goals again 2 weeks in a row.
And I will go in with a TJ Watt sack. I think that'll round out the props for this game. I
Yeah,
think they're
I'll go ahead and throw in a little bonus prop. Just feeling it cook and brew inside of me. A George Pickens anytime touchdown. It's gonna
Okay.
be it's gonna be Justin Fields' only touchdown pass the whole game. Because I don't think he's gotten, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's gotten Pickens a touchdown yet.
No, you got Calvin Austin.
Yeah. Um, But other than that, let's go ahead and move into this next game. We got the Andy Dalton revenge game. Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Carolina Panthers. Go ahead and cop your $1 ticket. With the Bengals being the favorites on the road again, with a -4 spread and over under 47. Um, don't you guys think it's a little weird that they have this game scoring higher than the other game?
Yes, but something to consider here with it being a smokescreen. Andy Dalton had a sore ankle today and did not practice. So don't be too sure that he's going to play.
I will say Andy Dalton against the Bengals in his career is 2-1.
Well, I
They've
mean,
always been with crappy rosters too.
he played and beat Marvin Lewis last week. He's going to play and probably beat the Bengals this week if he plays.
Yeah, that is true. Um, so are you liking the Panthers money line then on this one?
Yes.
So you think the Bengals are going to start off 0-4 then?
Yes.
Ooh,
They're
okay.
in they're in the basement.
Basement. Corgy, how are you feeling on this one? I know
Um,
Trent Brown is out for the season too now.
yes, I saw that. That's going to totally hurt the Bengals' offensive line for Mr. Burrow to pass. I think the haters are off of the Jamar Chase um, boat because I think he had a pretty good showing last week, and I think everyone could put that rumor to bed that he's not a team player. They're giving him the ball, so whatever he did in his past life in the last 3 weeks, he made up for it last week, and I think they'll keep feeding him the ball. The last meeting back in 22, the Bengals doubled up the score, but that was 2 years ago. I think they play a little bit tighter game. I think the Bengals only get out of there with a field goal or a touchdown win. So,
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Um, yeah, man, I think this is going to be a prop game for me. Go ahead and just give me a Jamar Chase anytime. Um, Depending on Andy Dalton's health, I do like that Panthers money line though. Um, I think the plus 160 is kind of worth it, but it just depends on what Bengals team we're going to get and whether Dave Canales is going to be smart and run with Chuba Hubbard because that would be another touchdown right there that I'd like. Um, as we saw with this Bengals game on Monday night, they were just running the ever living shit out of the ball, whether it was Jaden Daniels or Brian Robinson. Um, so yeah, I like the Panthers odds. I just need to see Andy Dalton be their quarterback for sure this week. But next we have the Denver Broncos visiting the New York Jets. We have the Nathaniel Hackett revenge game 2.0 yet again. With the Jets being heavy favorites at home, but only a 7.5 point spread and over under 39.5, which I think is interesting for how favored they are.
Mm-hmm.
So do the books have faith in the Jets really, or do they not? Because
Also,
Broncos money line is plus 285.
yeah, it's also the Zach Wilson revenge game.
That is true.
that's true.
He's probably not going to play.
No.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not touching this game, but if I was, it would probably be the over.
if I'm touching this game at all, go ahead and give me an Alan Lazard touchdown anytime,
Anytime?
anytime. I'd even be as confident to say first touchdown scorer.
Wow.
Corgi, what do you like in this? Or do you like anything at all in this?
This one's kind of a crap game for me. While I watch it, maybe for a couple of minutes. I think Cam Sutton gets his first touchdown. I think that you can do maybe an anytime touchdown in Cam Sutton.
Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton, excuse me. Thank you. Cameron Cutton. Little. um, I think Bo Nix finally breaks his streak and finally throws a touchdown pass. So we're going to have him. Good prop bet would for him to be at least throw one TD pass. So break the
Okay.
streak. He's got more. He's got 4 interceptions and no touchdowns. So
He's got a rushing touchdown.
well, no passing though.
No, no.
All right, on to the next game. We have the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Green Bay Packers. The red hot Minnesota Vikings are the underdogs in this game visiting Lambeau Field,
What
with
do
a spread of 2.5 and over under 43.5.
what do the sports books know? Why would they come in as underdogs?
So, reports earlier in the week said that Sam Darnold did get hurt during last game, but he seems like he's going to be good to go going into this game. I know Jordan Addison is still questionable, but of what I've understood, he probably will be able to play in this game, but you just never know with him. Um, this is also an Aaron Jones revenge game too, and divisional matchup. I think this is going to be an absolute madhouse. Um, I don't know what the Packers record with Matt LaFleur at home against the Vikings has been, but I know it's definitely been a winning record. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings money line this week at plus 120.
Yeah, this is a tricky one here, boys. The only thing I want to bet on here is an Aaron Jones touchdown or a Josh Jacobs touchdown because I think that the Packers at home somehow always have some magic, and eventually these undefeated teams are going to lose a game. This seems like a game where everybody's going to pick the Vikings and the Packers will come out on top. So give me Aaron Jones touchdown or Josh Jacobs touchdown.
That's valid. Just real quick, 71% of tickets are on the Vikings, and then 29% of them are on the Packers.
Yeah.
for this one, I got if Darnold is playing, I think he throws at least one pick and one touchdown pass, and I think Mr. Dobbs gets his first touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, I think.
Yep.
I like that. I like that.
It'll be a high scoring game, though, I think.
Yes, I would agree. I
It's
see
not
that.
too cold up there in Lambeau. I think, both have great. The Packers have the number one rush offense. Vikings have number 13. I think you're going between a fifth overall offense in Green Bay and 12 for the Vikings. I think a lot of points can be scored. Their last meeting was last year on the 31st, and that was a cold weather game. It was 33-10. So,
Yeah. If we get Malik Willis from last week too,
yep.
I'm really not gonna like that Vikings money line. I'm just not banking on Malik Willis having a performance like that again. Um, which I'll talk about that money line a little bit later in the show. Um, but let's go ahead and talk into this next 1 o'clock game. We have another divisional matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Houston Texans. Jaguars obviously on the road as the dogs in this one, or as the cats, I should say, with a 6.5 point spread and over under 45.5. Um, I don't know what to feel in this game, other than the Texans money line, but I kind of like that spread the most, at minus 6.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and hammer that. Um, Nico Collins also has been an automatic, pretty much 70 to 80 yards receiving every game. So I like that prop as well. So I'll go ahead and hammer those two.
I don't think the Texans are going to play like they did last week. They're going to bounce back. So give me the Fairbairn over field goal or extra points made in this game. It'll probably be 2.5.
I think Houston will take care of business. I think touchdown Jesus still has a little bit to go. I think Mr. Akers gets his first touchdown in a Texans jersey. Nico Collins is automatic, so I'd say 1-1 for him. And then, you know what? I think ETN's also going to get one as well. So,
Okay. Also, to confirm, Dylan, it is at 2.5 for the extra points for Fairborn.
I could see 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
I gotta grab something real quick, but my next pick is gonna be the Rams money line. So give me a second, but
Okay.
Rams they're gonna upset.
Okay.
going back to this one, Brandon, I
Yeah.
think I'm just looking at it. They give up a lot of sacks on both sides. So, you know, I don't know who the defensive players are for Jacksonville, or Houston, but you can probably put some nice coin on at least one or not two sacks per team. So they have 12 each going into the fourth game, which is terrible.
Yeah. Pretty rough.
It's averaging three a game, or excuse me, more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this next 1 o'clock game. We have the Rams facing off against the Chicago Bears. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to touch this game at all unless it's Caleb Williams, breakout game finally. I know he had a decent game. He had 2 interceptions that were pretty rough, but um, maybe this will be the game that Caleb Williams comes out and balls. Bears are favored in this game at home with a 3-point spread and over under 41. Um, I just feel like you can't go wrong with a Kyron Williams anytime touchdown. And I'm even half tempted to go 2 touchdowns. Just this Bears defense is tough to play against. So you maybe even want to throw in a Stafford interception.
Oh, for sure. I think the Rams take it pretty handily. They doubled up the score last or a couple of years ago. They last time they met was in 21. So I just think the Rams are a better team. They have more veteran guys in key positions, and I think they take home the W and cover well past the points. Prop bet for this one. Matt Stafford's having a tough year. And Cup's out. There's so many people out, so it's like, oh, I don't even want to touch this one.
Yeah,
So
like I don't want to touch this one, but I mean, I didn't want to touch last week's game, and last week's game would have been awesome to bet on.
awesome too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was talking with a buddy. I think is this where you see Blake Corum not just play special teams, and they maybe put him in garbage time if they go up by two or three scores, and give Mr. Williams a rest, maybe, or he may vulture one. I have no idea, but I'd say Blake Corum over his rushing yards, whatever he has. That's a nice little prop bet. I won't
yeah.
give.
I've been surprised that they haven't used Quorum really hardly at all. He
We were
finally
talking
got.
about that. They've only used him on special teams, and he has 8 rushes for 28 yards through 3 games, which is abysmal,
Yeah, like get the man some snaps.
especially since they used him in the preseason. And it's like, oh, they're talking about who's another guy that did okay in preseason and it's falling on his face. It's not his fault. I think it's the play calling, and I think it's mismanagement of a player. I hate to give Michigan guys props, but he was pretty good at the
Oh
U.
yeah, he was awesome in Michigan.
But, I think it's just what Cleveland did a couple of years ago. We had the two-headed monster with Chubb and Hunt, use it when you got it, because when you don't got it, it hurts.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
use it if you got it for sure. So
exactly. We'll go ahead and get into this next game while Dylan's still gone. We have the New Orleans Saints visiting the Atlanta Falcons, with the Falcons being the favorites after the Saints got slowed down against Philadelphia last week with a 2.5 point spread and over under 42. Corgi, I'm going to go ahead and let you talk about this one first. What do you like in this game?
I think the Eagles kind of did what we kind of said they were going to do. They were going to either make the Saints fraud alert, like Dylan said, or they're the real deal. They made them bleed, but they didn't break them. So them being 3-0, I don't know the last time that's happened. It's probably early Drew Brees days. I think they rely a little bit too much on Kamara. I'd like to see some other guys get involved with the offense. Other than that, I think New Orleans could be one of those final four teams at the end of the year if they take care of business. Kirk Cousins still kind of going through the motions. He's not as healthy as he once was. That Saints defense is always known to be tough, Spygate and everything like that. And I think the Saints keep rolling. So I'll take the Saints in this one all day long.
All right. I actually like the over in this game. I like the over 42. I think it's going to be a tight one. If I had to go spread it all, I do like that Falcons minus 2.5, especially at home. They just faced the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, kept it a close game. Go ahead and give me a Bijan anytime touchdown as well. I think this is probably going to be the game, believe it or not, that is on my TV the most at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna have two TVs going on, of course, but this is definitely one I'm gonna want to pay attention to quite a bit. Other than maybe this next game, but maybe we'll go back to Dylan whenever he gets back. Hopefully
Yeah.
he can end up at the casino as well with the lad.
Yep. I just know last year's game, I'm looking up the stats. Saints outscored them 48-17. So that's pretty good butt kicking.
That was the end of the year.
Yeah, this is true. A lot of people
Yeah.
were out. I think Derek Carr might show his true colors, though. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's still good. He's still good," but we're still waiting for that bad game. And Kirk, he plays 500 ball wherever he goes. He's that 55, 66% type of guy. Touchdowns to interceptions. I think Robinson does get a touchdown. I think Landon gets a touchdown. I think he's pretty good producer, but I definitely like the over in this game as well.
Mr. Fields,
Hi,
Saints, Falcons. What do you like?
Saints money line.
All right. And the money line actually just moved up
Just,
as you said that.
I just said I just. Oh, and it went down.
Oh, yep, they went right back down. Oh,
Wait, it went
and
back
it
up.
went right back up.
What the heck is going on? Wait, it's going back down again.
Listening. They're on our Zoom call right now.
Vegas is listening. Westgate Sportsbook, if you want to sponsor.
What the hell?
Hit our line. Hit our line. Looking for a sponsor for a sports book. DraftKings, we want you.
MGM, anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
We're not desperate though.
No, just slightly horny.
That's the lad.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the Buccaneers being dogs at home, with a 2-point spread and over under 44. Mr. Fields, since you didn't get to talk a lot about the Saints and Falcons, I'll go ahead and let you go first. What do you like in this game?
Buccaneers money line.
You think Baker's going to have a bounce back game, or do you think they're going to go 2-2?
No, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. They're gonna bounce back and win, and they're gonna show that the Eagles are frauds. They got lucky against the Saints.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go Eagles money line just because I do need Dylan to lose this one bad. Uh,
You need me to lose the division. It doesn't matter how many other wins I have.
well, yeah, I need to catch up, so that's why I need the Falcons to win. Um, so go ahead and give me that Eagles money line, and then I like Saquon to get. I'm gonna do a crazy one on this one. Go ahead and give me Saquon, anytime touchdown, and then go ahead and attach. Wow, I'm surprised the line's at this low. Go ahead and give me Saquon 90 plus rushing yards plus 155. Half even tempted to go 100 rushing yards for 235. Might even go for that one, honestly. Corgi, what do you like in this game?
I hate to agree with Dylan on this, but I think Baker and the boys take care of business.
Baker
I,
Bros.
I think my boy Bucky Irving, pride of Oregon Ducks, quack quack. I think he finally gets his first National Football League touchdown. He's carried it 25 times for 155 yards with nothing to show for it. I think he breaks that, and I think he gets his first tutty this weekend. So
I
that's
would
a
like that for
I
fantasy
think
purposes.
that's a nice little prop bet. Um, for them. They don't rush very effectively, but Baker can't do it all. So I think he's going to rely on the ground game, and I think that's where they score 6 points at least.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. And then with that, we're moving into the 4 o'clock games where we have the New England Patriots visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Robert Kraft really should just save the money on the plane ticket on this one, where the Patriots are the dogs, of course, on the road with a 10.5 point spread and over under 40.5. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to bet on this game at all, especially with the way, oh my goodness, he's here. He's
Uh-oh.
arrived.
Look at
He's
this guy.
arrived.
Wednesdays, sponsored by the Columbus Crew.
Here we go.
Goal. There it is.
There we go. Can anyone hear him?
This is great podcasting. I encourage everybody to please watch the YouTube for that experience.
That might be on a missing person's milk carton.
That I was
That was
It was
great.
perfect timing. He chose the perfect game to do that.
I'm also not touching this game.
If you're not drinking during this game, what the hell's wrong with you? Per the lad.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm not touching this game at all. Yeah, it won't touch my TV screen unless they show highlights of it. So yeah, not touching this one at all. Corgi, how are you feeling on this one?
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna abstain. I'm probably not gonna watch a lick of it. Let me see here, stat wise, if I like anything. Yeah. Give me a Jacoby Brissett, 2 touchdowns. Let's do that. Cleveland Brown.
That's ballsy.
I was gonna say, you got bonus bets to spare?
I said only put 5 or 10 on it. Don't put the deed of the house on it.
Better half will have you in the ground.
Yeah, probably. Or do I double it up? Jacoby Brissett and a Hunter Henry touchdown. We love those big doofus white tight ends. Give them some love.
Sure do.
They're too skinny to be offensive linemen. They're too dumb enough and too slow to be wide receivers.
That is true. All right. This next game I really like a lot. Thankfully it's at the same time as the 49ers and Patriots game, so at least on one of the TVs I can have a good game on while my Browns are hopefully not getting destroyed. We have the Washington Commanders on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals being the favorites at home with a 3.5 point spread and over under 50 points.
It's a lot of points.
Boys, that's a lot of points. I agree. Um, in this game, I really like Jaden Daniels to sling the rock. I think this Bengals game was his coming out game. I'm gonna take him at passing for over 225 yards. Um, very good value play if you ask me. Let me pull up the odds again real quick. It's plus 115. He's only had one game so far that he has not thrown at least that. So go ahead and give me that in this game. Arizona's secondary is not the greatest either, so I like my odds of that landing. Commanders' money line might not be a bad one either. They're probably feeling pretty good being at the top of the NFC North right now as well. So watch out for that one. I almost picked it as my dog for the week, but did not.
NFC East.
Yes, not North. My bad.
Okay, buddy. I like Marvin Harrison receiving yards. The line's not up yet of what it's going to be at, but I'm going to take the over.
I like the Commanders money line. I think Jaden Daniels keeps rolling. Um, let's see here. I think Zach Ertz gets his first touchdown. Another big dumb white offensive tight end.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow! Wait till I get to Travis Kelsey, that big dumb glue.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting right into it right now. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going into LA to face the Chargers. Chiefs being heavy favorites in this one on the road with 7.5 point spread and over under 40 points. Um, have you guys heard anything on Justin Herbert this week?
No, not yet.
Nope, nothing at all.
All right. I'm not liking the odds on that. So, yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna touch this game other than, if I want something fun to, look forward to while the Browns game's on, I'll go ahead and take Rashee Rice anytime.
I'm taking a Travis Kelsey touchdown. We're so due. Oh God, here he goes.
Yes.
True money line. True money line. Let's go. Let's go. True money line. We're firing here. We're firing here, lads. Let's go. We're firing here. Firing big time. True money line. God bless. God bless your troops. God bless the United States of America. God bless.
God bless.
Loves his country and was overserved. Gotta love it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Corgy, what do you like in this game since Dylan wants to bet on a Travis Kelsey money or not money line anytime?
Give me a Mr. Dobbins touchdown and one for the lad McConkey.
Ooh.
I think he gets a tutty.
It's just gonna depend if they have Justin Herbert in for me.
Exactly.
You're putting a lot of faith in Taylor Heineke.
Oh yeah, I forgot he is on their team. I thought it was Easton Stick still.
No, they signed Mr. Heineke.
Hey, I mean, the man rocks with the Zinchinos, so can't hate on him. All right. Now, the game we've all been dreading. The Cleveland Browns visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. You would have thought that this game would have been a cakewalk for the Browns. They are the dogs yet again on the road against the Raiders, who just lost to the Carolina Panthers, I would like to mention, with a 2 point spread and over under 37.
Well, I'm going to take the Browns money line. We're the underdogs. We need a big victory. We need something to set the tone for the rest of the season. It starts here, right now. Just give me the Browns win. I just need a win.
I need a win as well. I'm going to follow you right there. Give me the Browns money line. Whether I waste my money or not, I'm going to go down with my team.
Love it.
Corgi?
I love my Browns. You know it. I don't bet against them because once I do, they'll do the opposite. It always happens. So if I was going to get frisky, God, there's so many injuries. I can't do Wyatt Teller touchdown anytime, can I? Or Ninjoku or Chubb or Wills or Conklin. So I think with that offensive line being decimated how it is, I think Max Crosby's going to feast on Deshaun Watson. And I think this is where we start to see Jameis Winston take over because of an injury.
I love a good defensive prop bet. I'd love to see where we're at.
Yeah.
Oh,
I I'd say Max Crosby at least over a sack and a half, if not two, and maybe a forced fumble. I think he's going to feast.
Yeah, there's no line yet for him.
Yeah, I'd keep a close eye on that one because with all the offensive line trouble, those other guys out there
Mm-hmm.
they played from like St. Mary's of the Blind. Like they're not going to be able to do anything. Jed Wills isn't much to talk about anyway, but Conklin, I think he's done. This is his third or fourth year with injuries. Um, DeJuan Jones did not have a really good stellar game last week. He kind of didn't show up. He let the Giants defensive end Brian Burns kind of Burns is a really good player, but I was at the game and I watched and I was like, you went to Ohio State for God's sake. Like
He's
you
just
didn't.
moving so slow.
Yeah, it's like he was. No offense to any of these teams, but Louisiana Lafayette or something like that in the South, where you just kind of like, oh, this ain't the Matrix out there. This is the National Football League, okay, assholes. That was my Bill Belichick per Julian Edelman. So
Thank you for that.
assholes. I
Oh,
got better fucking movement on my offensive line from Elaria fucking high school.
all right. And then we got Sunday night football. We have the Buffalo Bills going to Baltimore to face off against the Ravens. The Ravens are favorited at home with the 2.5 point spread and over under 46.5. You already know where I'm going with this. Buffalo Bills. This is Josh Allen's year. He's going to win his first MVP this year. Go ahead and give me
Hey,
the Bills
hey,
money line.
hey, hey, let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Remember when we went to that game
Yes,
in Detroit
Detroit. Browns and the Bills, but in Detroit.
with Jacoby Brissett?
Yep.
Was that Monday night game? The,
No, it was when Buffalo had that really bad
the
snowstorm.
snowstorm, yeah, I
Yeah.
knew the snowstorm, yeah.
We got tickets for $20.
Oh yeah, those are the best, and you play up at Ford Field, and that's a good time.
It's the first time I ever watched football in a dome.
No,
Oh, I think me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I've been up to
It was very
Ford
different.
Field a lot. So as a Toledo grad, we got to play in the MAC championship. Never, but got to go up there for some bowl games, and then I think that also did happen when I was in school. They did have a snow game. Oh, it's when the Vikings old stadium had the hole in it. They moved the game.
Oh,
Right. I
yeah.
got to go to that game and it was great. The tickets were like $10 for college students.
That's
Love it.
But back to the Sunday night game. I believe Josh Allen and the boys of Buffalo reign supreme over Mr. Lamar Jackson. I think Cook keeps rolling.
Yep.
He's going to go over on his receiving yards and his reception or rushing yards.
He only had 39 rushing yards last game. No, receiving yards.
No receiving yards.
Was it? He had 39. What was it? Check me.
I'm looking.
Checkmate.
It's funny because I have him on my fantasy. 11 for 39 rushing, one TD, and 4 for 48 receiving.
Yeah, so he did better in receiving.
He did better in receiving.
Um,
Weather, I
this
think.
game is going to be another Josh Allen rushing touchdown for me,
Yep, I agree with that.
like that. I
or
like,
Tyler Bass extra points made.
Ooh,
yeah, I like that one as well.
I'm gonna say an Isaiah Likely touchdown too. I think the big guy, Mark Andrews, hasn't done jack shit this year. I think he's done for the rest of the year. Likely is the guy. I don't know who else they have at tight end, but I think Likely should be getting more touches and getting in the packages more. And
Sounds likely.
Mark Andrews is non-existent. I dropped him from all my fantasy teams.
Wow. All right. Next, we have two Monday night football games again. Thank God they had a second one because
This
this
first,
matchup is going to be yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to touch this one. I know it has Dylan's favorite 1 point spread, but we have the Tennessee Titans visiting the Miami Dolphins.
I don't even know if I want to bet a spread in this game. This scares me.
Yeah, there's no team really favorited on this one. I guess technically the Titans would be favorited. But I don't know. The lines on this game are very unclear. Over under 36.5. Uh, Give me a Calvin Ridley anytime. It's prime time. Go ahead and give me Calvin Ridley anytime.
Being that it is the 1 point spread of the week, I am going to take the Titans +1.
And Tyler Huntley is supposed to start for the Dolphins this week.
Is he
I believe so.
confirmed?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but he's expected.
Okay.
So maybe it'll make it a little more competitive, but I don't know.
Give me a Pollard touchdown and give me a interception for Will Levis. And I think that's all she wrote on this one. This is a poop game.
Very poop.
Yeah. All right. And then let's finish things off with the Seattle Seahawks coming into Detroit to take on the Lions, who will be wearing their black unis for the first time. I believe the blue helmet as well. This season, Lions are the favorites at home with a 3.5 point spread and over under 46.5. I'm going to absolutely hammer that Lions -3.5 spread. And then go ahead and give me a David Montgomery anytime touchdown.
I'd like to see JSN get a freaking touchdown this game.
I like that. I like that. Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime would be helpful too for fantasy purposes.
Okay, I like that.
Give me Detroit minus the points and give me a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown. I think he's due. He is beyond due for a touchdown.
Yeah, so Corgy's just gonna be right in between both of us. He's gonna be on both of our sides on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not my favorite or my underdog for the week.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and go over our favorites, our underdog, and then our props for the week. I'll go ahead and start with mine. This week for my favorite, I'm gonna go ahead and take that Texans -6.5 point spread. Underdog, I'm gonna take the Vikings money line at +120. And then my favorite prop on the week is gonna be Jaden Daniels, 225 plus passing yards.
So my favorite of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I thought about putting that one, but I had a gut feeling someone else was gonna take it.
My dog of the week is the LA Rams money line.
Okay.
And my prop bet of the week is Tyler Bass, extra points made.
I like that. I like that. Corgi, what you liking?
I am liking the Vikings plus the 2.5 at Lambeau. My dog of the week, I will have to say, would be the Commanders plus the points. And my prop bet is Max Crosby over 1.5 sacks.
Oh, okay. And then did the lad send his picks yet?
No, but all these will be posted tomorrow morning or when this comes out. So I'll have all those out. The lad was too drunk. All he said was crew money line. So
Put it down.
his crew money line.
Let's just check on that crew score. Does that even populate on ESPN?
Oh, money line.
What league is that?
Is that
MLS. Yeah, it's MLS.
Columbus Crew. It is currently.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know the Crew were playing right now.
Wait, that's weird.
It's 0-0 right now.
Wait, where do you see that? Because it doesn't even show they're playing right now.
I just typed it into Google.
Yeah, it says they play in 2 days.
Oh yeah, it says live match. It's the final. It's Columbus versus Club America.
Weird.
29th minute.
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just they play Saturday.
But it says final 0-0, so I don't get it.
I don't know, but we'll see in the morning. Everybody send me your picks. I'll get those filled out on the posts. Make sure you guys gamble responsibly and call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem, and we'll call AA for our lad. Not sure what's going on a Wednesday night over there in Columbus, but
Make sure an Uber or Lyft picks that man up because he needs to get to work tomorrow morning.
yeah, he's got Allentel to sell, so
Gonna
as
brush
it's
his teeth with Coors Light and air
yep.
freshener with pine sol.
All right, guys. Let's have a good week of football, and we'll catch you guys back on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Go Tribe.
Go Browns, go Tribe, and go Bucks. Hoo, hoo, hoo.